What's up guys, Adam here. Welcome to the start of the FIFA 19 AC Milan Career Mode. Now, FIFA 18 wasn't really a good time for me, but we're back on FIFA 19 and we are going to be starting the Milan Career Mode, and I hope you guys are as excited as I am to bring you this. I cannot wait to start our career, our managerial career here with AC Milan. I am taking over as Milan manager right now. You guys know I've done a Milan career since FIFA 16, and as we're starting right here, I'm not going to be doing the 30% increase, and I'm not going to be doing the global transfer network. We're going to take it as it comes. So our domestic and continental success is high, brand exposure is critical, financial is very low at a 5, and our youth development is a 3. You guys know I love developing youth talents into potential future stars of the club. I always want to take the youth as far as they can go, and I have some big things planned for this series and I cannot wait to start it. So let's kick it off. So here's our manager details. It's me, Adam Nobili from Italy. And there's no better managerial model than this one. I'm going to be wearing a tracksuit. We are going to be playing on ultimate difficulty. It's going to be a challenging career mode, but hopefully a rewarding one. 6-minute halves, the currency. We're going to be playing on euros. Transfer window is going to be enabled, and the squads we're going to use are the current squads. So I'm taking a look at the Champions League and the Europa League groups, and as I can tell from right now, they actually have all the teams in their correct groups. There obviously are some teams that are not fully licensed and not in the game. So we are going to be in Group F of the Europa League with Betis, Olympiacos, and West Ham. The other team is Dudelange that they don't have in this game, unfortunately. But yeah, here are the settings we're going with. Like I said, ultimate, 6 minutes, Euros, Europa League's enabled, transfer windows enabled, and the current squads are enabled. So let's kick this career mode off and let's see if we can do great things with Milan. As usual, every time we start a new career mode, we do have a preseason tournament invite, and I am going to be advancing to the invites just so our players can get some game time before the season does start. I never do like playing any of these preseason tournament games, but we're going to be joining the European International Cup. It's us, Villarreal, Guinea, Schalke, Bordeaux, Everton, that's Sevilla, and Arsenal, and we're going to be joining with a potential prize money of 9.7 million. That's going to be crucial, obviously, to hopefully signing some players. And you guys know how I like to do my career modes. I always like to do them realistic. I don't like to go out and sign a bunch of players, if you guys have been with me for the longest time. So you guys know that the first season I'm not always going to go for a bunch of players, and I'm not going to go for all the players we missed out during the summer. I would like to keep the same shape of the squad for the first season, and then in the second season, that's when we start signing realistic young players who fit the squad and who fit my needs. Take a look at our objectives. This is something I always like to do once I start a career mode. This is our objectives overview. They want us to win the Europa League, and with the team we have, honestly, I think we can do it. There are some great teams in the Europa League, but I am looking to win the Europa League or at least qualify for a Champions League. That is the second objective, finish in a UEFA Champions League place. We need that. Milan needs to get back to Champions League, and the Coppa Italia, the Coppa Nazionale, they want us to reach the quarterfinals, so we do have some leeway in there. Let's take a look at the youth development. They want within 2 seasons have at least one player from the youth academy signed in the first season to play at least 50% of the games in the next season. So we need to sign a player in the first season and make him play at least 50% of the games in the second season. That is going to be a tough objective to fulfill, but it is a medium priority, so they're not going to be too bothered if we do not complete that. Brand exposure, gain 120 million earnings from shirt sales. That is going to be easy with some of the players we have. Long term, earn 20 million through media earnings, competition prize money within 3 seasons. So we have 3 seasons for that, and I think it's a doable objective. Financial, we don't have anything, so that is one less thing to worry about for us. Domestic success, we went over this already. Reached the quarterfinals in the Coppa Italia and finish in a UEFA Champions League place. And continental success, win the Europa League. That is going to be a tough objective, especially on ultimate difficulty, but I think we actually can manage to do it. Something new they actually added in the youth staff. As you can see at the top left, you see experience. A more experienced scout will find a larger number of players, and judgment, a scout with better judgment will find higher quality players. So I'm waiting for a 5-star experience and judgment Italian scout to finally send them out, so we can start looking for some young Italian players to build our youth squad. For right now, the squad is looking very decent. We have Donnarumma in goal with Calabria, Romagnoli, Musacchio, Rodriguez. Now I actually do want to change Romagnoli and Musacchio to play on the right, and also I think Caldara is going to be a big name for this season as well. In the midfield we have Biglia, Kessie, and Jack Bonaventura. I don't know why Bonaventura has the captaincy. I am going to go ahead and give it to Alessio Romagnoli. He is the captain in real life. Then up top we have Suso, Higuain, and Çalhanoğlu. On the bench we have the wonder kid Cutrone, Conti, who's been injured, but I am going to look to use him, Castillejo, Lakshalt, Caldara, Abate. Abate could probably be swapped for Bakayoko, but we are going to have to make the necessary changes with the amount of games we have. I'm not looking to sign too many players, you guys know that. I don't have that many players in mind. I am going to have to look up which players have some good potential, some realistic transfers, and just players that might fit the squad and suit our missing positions that we need in our squad. So you guys know how I like to show training in my career modes. Every time a player does go up, I am going to show you. So Cutrone right now is on first touch volleys and passing to the mini net. So those are going to be his 2 trainings, and I like to do a month at a time, change it up, and then we can see our growth of our players. Kessie is going to be on one-on-one shifting gates. Conti is going to be on adept defending scenarios, as well as Davide Calabria going to be on the exact same training drill. Let's simulate, and one thing I like what they did, it just simulates it right away. There's no 1, 2, 3 countdown. It's quick. Cutrone gets a B and an A, Kessie gets a B, Conti gets a B, and Calabria does get an A. So a very good first training session for the players. Do have 2 players here in my transfer hub. Now a little bit of sentimental value for Alexandre Pato. They do have the Chinese league back in FIFA, so Pato would be a player that I would like to bring back. And we do also have Nicolo Barella, a player who, you know, could be realistic. He's Italian, he's young, he's a central midfielder. We might be lacking a little bit of depth in the midfield, so maybe he can be a player that I can bring in within, you know, the transfer window. Also, you guys need to suggest me some players that I can put on my transfer up. Don't expect me to sign them 100%, but they might be players that I could look at. So we're gonna go ahead and make an offer for Pato. Pato is a player I was looking to bring in from even before this series started. We do have a lot of money to work with. As you can see at the top left, we do have 73 million remaining. Pato, his transfer valuation is about 15.5 million. I'm gonna offer 15.8 because his contract is expiring in 12 months. Let's see if okay, so they're actually happy with the terms. They're actually happy with 15.8. It went by so quickly. So all we really need to do right now is just negotiate a contract with Pato. I'm pretty sure he's 100% keen on returning to the club. If you take a look at real life, he's always, it looks like he's begging to come back to Milan. I'm gonna give him a rotation. Let's see if he would actually accept that. He wants important. With the amount of games we're gonna have, he is gonna come on a lot of the times, especially as a substitute. Contract length, he wants 3 years, so that is something I am actually happy with. He's gonna be 31 when his contract, you know, is gonna be expiring. He's not looking for a release clause. I'm good with that. These negotiations are just flying through. Honestly, I really don't like the cutscenes. He's currently making 35,000 in China. I don't think that's very accurate, and I'm gonna offer him 60k. I think 60k is actually good for Pato, for an important player, for a rotation player, and let's see if he's happy with that. His agent wants 79,000 per week, signing bonus of 780,000, and if he does score 15 goals, we have to pay him 2.2 million. I think that's all right because Pato is a player I would like to bring back. He could be a super sub. He could probably go back to, you know, how he was when he was at Milan. And let's accept this offer, and we signed our first player. It's Alex Pato. It's somebody that I wanted to bring back. He's not going to take away game time from Higuain and Cutrone, but it is just a player that I wanted to have back from the beginning. Now Castillejo does have the number 7, and Pato did have the number 7 once upon a time, so I am going to give him the number 27. I think it's actually very fitting for him. Alright, first game is coming up against Guingamp, a French team, and these games are obviously going to be calendar simulated. I do not want to play them, and we actually pick up a 2-1 loss. The only thing I don't want is any big injuries, and we do have a player suspended. It's Davide Calabria, but we pick up a 2-1 loss to start off the preseason tournament. Next match is coming up against Schalke in the preseason tournament once again. With a loss in our first game, we're looking for a victory here. Hopefully somebody can step up and we pick up a 2-0 victory. That is what I like to see. Next match is coming up against Villarreal in the final group stage match of the European International Cup. Let's see if we can advance into the knockout rounds. We do win 4-1 very convincingly, and we've reached the cup semi-finals. Finally got our first transfer offer. It's for Cutrone, and I'm going to go ahead and reject this offer straight away. Nobody is touching Patrick Cutrone, and he was disappointed not to start last time, but don't worry, you're gonna get game time when it actually matters. Now, Antonio Lombardi is not a 5-star experience, 5-star judgment, but he is a 4-star experience, 5-star judgment. He's worth 3.25 million, and you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and sign him up as a youth staff. I want to get our youth academy going as quickly as possible. He's gonna go ahead and scout Italy for 3 months for a physically strong player. I find looking for physically strong players gets you better physical stats, and then you can always train his technical attributes. So 3 months in Italy. Let's see if he can bring us back a future star. Bordeaux is our opponent in the semifinals of this preseason tournament. This match is once again going to be simulated because these preseason tournament games don't mean anything, and we actually go out in the semifinals with a 2-1 loss. Nothing you actually can do about that. It was a simulated match, and we do get some tournament prize money, 3.7 million. So we do have a lot of money to work with. I'm just really conflicted at who I want to buy. You guys know I said suggest me players. You guys know I always love when you suggest me players, so keep doing that in the comments below. Alright, so a transfer offer I actually might be looking to accept. It's for Abate. Now Abate, we do have a lot of fullbacks. We have Calabria, Conti plus Abate. So this, I'm going to delegate it to our assistant manager. I'm going to start the offer at 9.8 and don't sell the player for less than 8 million. I do not want to get less than 8 million for Abate. You know, he's a long-time servant of the club. Some people don't like him, some people do, but I wouldn't mind actually getting rid of him, so I'm going to see if Galatasaray would want to pay 9.8 million for Abate. There is an agreement for Abate's sale. Galatasaray are actually willing to pay 8.1 million for Abate. That is a lot over his valuation, so Abate is potentially going to be leaving the club if everything does go well. So that's how this episode is going to end. I do not want to go any further. You guys need to leave me suggestions. You guys need to let me know if you guys are excited for this series, and I cannot wait to continue bringing this series. In the next episode, we do have the Supercoppa against Juve on ultimate difficulty. We're gonna see how that's gonna go. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.